Hello everyone, welcome back. Hi, welcome dear. Hi Casey, welcome back. How are you? Here is your beautiful name dear. How are you doing today? Welcome. Doing good, how about you? I am good too dear. Thank you so much for asking. Have a good day. Welcome. Comments your beautiful names. Hello, dear Deepika. How are you? Thank you so much for liking, dear. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Hello, dear Taha. How are you? Here is yours. It's Azra. Hello, dear Azra. How are you? Here is your beautiful name. Hey, dear Ariana. Here is yours. Welcome, dear Ariana. How are you? It's Alia. Hey, dear Alia. Welcome. How are you? Creeper. Hello, dear Creeper. Here is your beautiful name. It's Yamila. Hi, dear Yamila. How are you? Here is yours. Welcome. Hello, dear Sook. Here is your beautiful name. Shahana. Hi, Shahana. How are you? Here is yours. It's Racia. Hey, dear Racia. Welcome. Luki. Hello, dear Luki. How are you? Simena. Hi. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. It's Pinon. Hello. Here is yours. It's Elanier. Thank you so much for joining, dear. Here is your good name. Jade. Hi, dear Jade. Welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Hi, dear Weirdo. Here is your good name. It's Maria. Hi, dear Maria. Welcome. How are you? It's Harley. Hey, dear Harley. Welcome. Bella. Hello, dear Bella. How are you? It's Adiba. Hi, dear Adiba. It is your good name. Hello, dear. Okay, okay. But what is your name? Hey, dear Grace. Welcome. It's Nikki. Hey, dear Nikki. Welcome. It's Isla. Hello, dear Isla. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, dear Asim. Here is your beautiful name. Charlie. Hi, dear Charlie. Welcome. How are you? Hello, dear Fatia. Here is your good name. Welcome. Lela. Hi, Lela. How are you? Hello, dear Zimena. Okay. Here is yours. Hi, Mahi. Welcome back. I'm good. How about you, dear? Shaggy. Hey, Shaggy. Welcome. How are you? Hi, dear Rian. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Oh, I forgot to write yours. Mahi. Hello, dear Mahi. Welcome. Hey, dear Sehaj. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Hi, dear Raphael. Here is yours. Welcome. It's Natale. Hi, dear Natale. Here is your good name. Emily. Hello, dear Emily. How are you? Here is yours. I'm doing good. How about you? Welcome back. Here is your good name. It's Korea. Hi, Korea. Welcome. How are you? Here is yours. Hello, dear Dream. It is your beautiful name. Welcome. Tohid. Hi, Tohid. Here is yours. Hi, dear Shifa. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Hi, dear. Oh, what's a good name, dear? Mishtu. Here is yours. Hello, dear. Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth. Why not? Here is yours. It's Angelo. Hey, dear Angelo. Welcome. How are you? Hi, dear Raven. Hello, dear Vero. Here is yours. It's Mac. Hey, Mac. Welcome. Tink. Hello, dear Tink. How are you? Gracelyn. Hi, Gracelyn. Oh, forgot to put E. Here is yours. Hi, dear Nadu. Here is your beautiful name. It's Jad. Hi. Welcome. How are you? Rehman. Hi, Rehman. Here is your beautiful name. Scarlett. Hey, dear Scarlett. How are you? Hi, dear Hala. Here is your beautiful name. It's Anine. Hi, Anine. Yeah, dear, why not? What is your good name? Hi, dear Elise. Here is yours. Hey, dear Fang. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Shakira. Hello, Shakira. How are you? Here is yours. Hello, dear Giovanna. Here is your beautiful name. It's Farah. Hi, dear Farah. How are you? Hello, dear Happy. Here is your good name. Welcome. Hey, dear Prachi. Here is yours. Welcome. Hi, dear Melissa. Here is your good name. How are you, dear Melissa? Welcome. Hello, dear Paula. Paula. Here is yours. It's why just kidding. Okay, it's Hushi. Hi, dear Hushi. Welcome. How are you? Hey, dear Bhabhi. Here is your good name. Hello. Hi. It's Steve here. Oh no. Radhesham. Welcome, Nitik. How are you? Here is your good name. How are you? Hello, dear Navya. Here is your beautiful name. I am doing good. How about you? Hello, dear Ali. Here is yours. Hi, Michelle. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome, Michelle. How are you? It's Sophie. Hi, dear Sophie. Here is yours. Hello, Rex. Welcome back. How are you? Hi, dear Intan. Here is your good name. All good. No problem. Thank you so much for joining again, Nitik. Here is a good name. Bob. It's Kaiza. Hi, Kaiza. Welcome. It's Piera. Hi, dear Piera. Here is yours. Guys, don't forget to double tap on your screens like this. You just have to do this with your beautiful little hands. Let's see who is next. It's Mia. Hello, dear Mia. How are you? Here is your good name. Hi, dear Amira. Here is yours. Welcome. It's Nafisha. Hi, Nafisha. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Piper. Hey, dear Piper. Here is yours. It's Binu. Hello, dear Binu. How are you? Hey, dear Naomi. Welcome, dear Naomi. How are you? Have a good day to all of you. Here is your beautiful name, dear Sophia. How are you? It's Emily. Hi, dear Emily. Welcome. Hi, dear Alvania. Here is your good name. Welcome. It's Juwan. Hi, dear Juwan. How are you? Junaid. Hi, dear Junaid. Welcome. Here is your beautiful name. Siti. Hi, dear Siti. Welcome. It's Alastair. Hey, dear Alastair. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Maria. Here is yours. Thank you. You're most welcome, dear. Hey, Dave. How are you? Hello, dear Pie. Here is a good name, dear Cutie Pie. Hi, dear Fatma. Here is yours. Hello, dear Josiah. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. It's Candace. Here is yours. Welcome. Hello, dear Janet. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Hello, Hira. Here is yours. Welcome. Hi, dear Zohre. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Vaughn. Here is yours. Hello, dear Kenna. Here is your beautiful name. Guys, don't forget to double tap on your screens like this. You just have to do this with your beautiful hands. And let's see who is next. Mehwish. Hi, dear Mehwish. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Hi, dear Regina. Here is yours. Hey, Nitik. Hi, Uswa. Welcome. How are you? Hello, dear Usman. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? It's Kanaya. Here is yours. Welcome. Hi, dear Aman. I am good too, dear. Thank you so much for asking. Here is yours. It's Stasia. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Rania. Here is yours. It's Luffy. Hello, dear Luffy. Here is your beautiful name. Hello, dear Leah. Here is yours. It's Catherine. Hi, dear Catherine. How are you? Here is a good name. Hello, dear Agrisha. Here is yours. Have a good day. Hi, dear Daksh. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Hello, Manha. Welcome, dear Manha. How are you? Hello, hi. Hi, dear Ananya. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, Lukia. Here is yours. Welcome, dear Lukia. How are you? It's Ali. Hi, dear Ali. It's Drumin. Hello, dear Drumin. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Hi, dear Ramya. Here is your beautiful name. Hello, dear Stay. Here is yours. Welcome, dear Stay. It's Naila. Hello, dear Naila. How are you? Hi, dear Johanna. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. It's Rafiq. Hello, dear Rafiq. Here is yours. Hi, dear Tanish. Welcome, Tanish. How are you doing today? Hey, dear Sania. Here is your good name. I am good, dear. How about you? Hi, Krishu. Here is yours. Welcome. Hi, dear Rachel. Here is your good name. Welcome, dear. It's Mira. Hi, dear Mira. How are you? Hello, dear Freya. Here is your beautiful name. It's Elif. Here is yours. Hey, you're most welcome, dear. Thank you so much for joining. Glad to hear. Hi, Rama. Welcome. Hello, dear Arun. Here is your good name. It's Tejasvi. Hello, Tejasvi. Welcome, dear. How are you? Guys, double tap on your screens like this. You just have to do this with your beautiful hands, and there is a subscribe button too. Waiting for your finger press. It's Jenny. Hi, dear Jenny. How are you? Riley. Hello, dear Riley. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Vale. Welcome, Vale. How are you doing today? Hi, Phil. Here is yours. It's Ada. Here is your good name. I am good. Thank you so much for asking, dear. Silas. Hi, dear Silas. Welcome. Hi, dear Growlo. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. It's Rishabh. Hi, Rishabh. How are you? Here is yours. Hey, do you remember me? Hi, welcome back. How are you? Hello, Mimi. Welcome. It's Zoe. Hello, dear Zoe. How are you? It's Shruti. Hi, dear Shruti. Here is your beautiful name. Bob. Hey, dear Bob. Welcome back. Hey, dear Arushi. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Hey, dear Mikaela. Here is your beautiful name. It's Hawk. Hey, dear Hawk. Welcome. Thanks. You're most welcome, dear. It's Bara. Hi, dear Bara. Welcome. How are you? Hello, dear Deepa. Here is your beautiful name. Lots of love, dear. Thank you. It's Parth. Hey, dear Parth. Welcome. Hello, dear Sierra. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Hi, dear Hala. Here is yours. Hey, dear Ishal. Here is your beautiful name. Hello, dear. What is your name? Ella. Kimberly, welcome back. How are you doing today, dear Kimberly? Thank you so much for joining again. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Roxy. Here is your good name. Welcome. It's Yazik. Hi, Yazik. How are you? Hello, dear Alto. Here is yours. Guys, don't forget to double tap on your screens to like this live, and there is a subscribe button. Camilo is here. How are you, Camilo? Welcome. Hi, dear Baha. Here is your beautiful name. It's Acacia. Oh wow, what a unique name you have. Here is yours. Welcome. Hi Aisha, I am good. How about you? Here is your beautiful name. Welcome back. Hey dear Zara. Here is yours. Hello dear Ali. Here is your good name. Hi dear Harshika. Here is yours. Welcome. Let's see who is next. It's Elsie. Hello, dear Elsie. How are you? Amna is here. Hi, dear Amna. Welcome. It's Alejandra. Hey, Alejandra. I am good, dear. Thank you for asking. Have a good day. Thank you for joining again. Hey, dear Dana. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. It's Asuna. Hi, Asuna. Welcome. How are you? It's Aileen. Hey, dear Aileen. Welcome. Anisa. Hi, dear Anisa. Thank you so much for joining. Here is your beautiful name. It's Ruchita. Hi, Ruchita. Welcome. How are you? Hello, dear Ayan. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. It's Aslam. Hi, dear Aslam. How are you? Hi, dear Ayushya. Oh, what a unique name you have, dear Ayush. Ayusha. Oh, no, Ayushya. Oh, what a unique name you have. Let me rewrite your name. Okay. Let me check the spelling first. It's A-U-Y-U-S-H-Y and A. Okay. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Hi, dear Yara. Here is yours. How are you? It's Destiny. Hello, dear Destiny. Here is your good name. Hi, dear. Oh, hi. Welcome back. Name a character. Gojo. Hi, Jaden. Welcome. How are you? Hello, dear Avas. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome, dear. Let's ride Elma. Hey, dear Elma. Welcome. It's Talha. Hi, dear Talha. Welcome. You changed your ID name, Ayan. Hi, welcome back. It's Divya. Hi, dear Junior. Welcome to Destiny. Okay, dear, after this. It's Junior. Hi, Junior. How are you? Hello, dear Destiny. Here is your good name. Guys, don't forget to double tap on your screens like this. And there is a subscribe button waiting for your finger press. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, let's move to the next name, which is Abdullah. Hi, Abdullah, welcome. How are you? Here is yours. Hello, dear Nufa. Here is your good name, Lela. Hey, dear Lela. Here is your good name. It's Nikki. Hi, dear Nikki. Welcome. Hi, dear Sadeep. Here is your beautiful name. It's Cheyenne. Hi, Cheyenne. Welcome. How are you? Georgia. Hey, dear Georgia. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Amam. Here is yours. Welcome. It's Nancy. Hey, dear Nancy. Welcome. Ellen. Happy birthday, dear Ellen. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Kanishka. Kanishka is here. Welcome, Kanishka. How are you? Hi, dear Liliana. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Hi, dear. Welcome to my live stream, Ishal. Hi, Leia. Here is yours. Yeah, it's all yours. Shamaya. Hey, dear Shamaya. Welcome. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Foste. Here is yours. Hello, dear Samu. Here is your beautiful name. Hello, dear Muskan. Here is yours. Guys, please double tap on your screens and don't forget to press the subscribe button there. Thank you. Let's move to the next name, which is Lala. Hi, here is yours. Hello, dear Stella. Here is your beautiful name. It's Pri. Hello, dear Pri. Welcome. How are you? Hello, dear Didar. Here is yours. It's Jay. Hi, dear Jay. Welcome. Hi, dear Harim. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Hello, dear Helen. Here is yours. Hi, dear Chloe. Here is your beautiful name. Okay, DDR. Now it's perfect, I think. So sorry, I just misspelled your name. Let's see who is next. It's okay, Radhesham for you. Here is Mia. Hello, dear Mia. How are you? Hey, dear Gianna. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Jival. Here is yours. Hi, dear Ghania. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome, dear Ghania. How are you? Hello, dear. Let's write Noor Sol. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome, dear. It's Hania. Hi, dear Hania. Welcome. Thank you. Hello, dear Nick. Here is yours. Hi. Welcome, Rabia. Hello, dear Rabia. Here is your good name. It's Varun. Hello, dear Varun. How are you? Hey, dear B. Lenny. Here is your good name. How are you? It's Emma with double M. Here is yours. Hello, dear Hamza. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Hi, dear Luna. Here is yours. Hi, dear. Why? Why, dear Radhesham Dhruv? Here is yours. Hey, dear Ash. Ashley Kate. Okay, Ashley and Kate together, I think. That's right. Ashley Kate. Here is yours. Thank you so much for subscribing, dear. Lots of love. It's Dia. Hi, dear Dia. How are you? Payal. Hello, dear Payal. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Jenny. Here is yours. Surya. Hello, dear Surya. How are you? Hi, dear Sar. Here is your beautiful name. It's Jackson. Hey, dear Jackson. How are you? Hey, dear Asha. Here is your beautiful name. It's Medina. Welcome, dear. Here is yours. Hi, dear Sanya. Here is your good name. Darshu, are you there? No. Oh, I thought Darshu was there because he used to do this emoji. Hi, Dana. Welcome. Hey, dear Shadan. Here is your good name. Welcome. It's Diora. Hey, Diora. Welcome. How are you? Hello, dear Vijay. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Hi, dear Yanshika. Here is yours. Welcome. It's Sarah. Hi, dear Sarah. How are you? Joy is here. Hello, dear Joy. Welcome. Hi, dear Okul. Yes, here is yours. Hi, dear Helene. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Annie. Here is yours. Welcome. Hi, Erwa. Welcome, dear Erwa. How are you? Hi, dear Johanna. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Sanjana. Hi, Sanjana. How are you? Here is yours. Guys, don't forget to double tap on your screen. You just have to do this with your beautiful hands. It's Steven. Hi, dear Steven. Welcome. How are you? Hi, dear Vanshika. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? It's Adre. Hi, dear Adre. Welcome. Munazza. Hi, dear Munazza. Here is your beautiful name. It's Zoya. Hey, dear Zoya. Welcome. Hi, dear Zaria. What a unique name you have. Here is your good name. It's Izay. Hello, dear Izay. How are you? It's Juju. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, Elena. Here is yours. Welcome, dear Elena. How are you doing? Hello, dear Milena. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Asik. Here is yours. How are you? Hello, dear Maria. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome, dear Maria. It's Leo. Hi, Leo. Welcome. It's Elmira. Hi, dear Elmira. How are you? Let's write a reach for you. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Maddie. Here is yours. Hello, dear Coca-Cola. What a beautiful name you have, dear Coca-Cola. Hey, dear, it's Tejas or Tejas. Here is yours. Thank you so much for liking, dear Anabia. Tejas. Okay, let me rewrite after this. Hi, Anabia. Welcome. Tejas is here. Hi Tejas, how are you? Hello dear Zan. Here is your beautiful name. Lots of love dear. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your love and support. Hey Sonu, welcome. It's Raymar. Hi Raymar, welcome. How are you? Hi dear Tamanna. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. It's Avarish. Hi Avarish, how are you? Here is a good name. Let's write Yunchai. Here is yours. Hi dear Honey. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome honey. Tiara. Hi Tiara, how are you? Here is yours. Hello dear Oratile. Thank you so much for your patience, dear Eartile. Here is your good name. How are you doing today? It's Vasha. Hi, dear Vasha. Welcome. Hi, dear Mahima. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? It's Eva. Hey, dear Eva. Welcome. Hi, Anj. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Danish. Here is yours. How are you? Hi, dear Reem. Here is your beautiful name. Hello, dear Serena. Here is your good name. Yeah, no doubt your name is so beautiful. Serena. Hey, Addie, how are you? Here is yours. Welcome, dear Addie. Hi, dear Chris. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Yala. Here is yours. Hi, Zainab. Here is your beautiful name. How are you, dear Zainab? Hi, dear Skylar. Here is yours. Welcome. It's the use. Here is yours. Have a good day. Thank you for writing my name. You're most welcome, dear. Hi, Emily. Welcome. Here is yours. It's Lisa. Hello, dear Lisa. Welcome. Hi, dear Anthony. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Hey, Amal. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. It's Fabre. Hi, dear Fabre. How are you? Hi, dear. Thank you. Asria or Arsia? It's Arsia. Welcome. Thank you so much, dear moderator. Didn't expect this comment from you. Hi, dear Manha. Here is your beautiful name. No, names are so beautiful. No doubt. It's Sanjana. Hi, Sanjana. Welcome. How are you? Hello, dear Ocean. Here is your good name. It's Els. Hey, dear Els. Welcome. Hi, dear Rubul. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. It's it's. What is your name? It's Bahlil. Welcome, dear Bahlil. How are you? Guys, don't forget to double tap on your screens like this. You just have to do this with your beautiful hands. Let's move to the next name, which is Roman. Hi, dear Roman. How are you? Here is yours. Hello, Asba. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Kintani. King Tani is here. Here is yours. Hi, dear Ruhi. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. It's Hamza. Hi, Hamza. How are you? Here is your good name. Hello, dear Basso. Here is yours. It's Azra. Hi, dear Azra. Here is your good name. It's Jenny. Hello, dear. Here is yours. It's Nitya. Hello, dear Nitya. How are you? Here is your good name. Murtaza is here. Hi, Murtaza. Welcome. Here is yours. Hello, dear Renata. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? It's Jocelyn. Hey, dear Jocelyn. Here is yours. Hi, dear Sky. Here is your beautiful name. It's Sarah. Hi, dear Sarah. How are you? Elena is here. Hello, dear Elena. It's Mecca. Hello. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear. Okay, Hira. Thank you so much, dear. You're so sweet. Here is yours. Hi, Neha. Welcome back. How are you doing? Yeah, I remember your name, dear. Thank you so much for coming again. Hello, dear Camido. Here is your good name. How are you? Hello, dear Nicole. Here is yours. Hi, Abigail. Welcome. Here is your beautiful name. Thank you so much. Glad you liked it. Hi, dear Amber. Here is your beautiful name. It's Minahil. Hi, Minahil. Welcome. How are you? Hi, dear Jacoby. Here is your beautiful name. Thank you so much, dear love. Thank you. Lots of love. Hi, dear Sam. Here is your good name. Hey, dear. Hi, Safa is here. Welcome, dear Safa. Here is your good name. It's Daru. Hey, dear. How are you? Hey, dear Azad. Here is your good name. It's Jyoti. Hello, dear Jyoti. How are you? Here is your good name. It's Cage. Hello, dear Cage. Welcome. Unisha. Hi, dear Unisha. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, welcome back. Aisha. Hello, Aisha. How are you? Yes, of course. I remember you, dear. Sevgi. Hi, dear. Sevgi. Here is your good name. It's Daru, not the way you are thinking. It's Arshi. Hi, dear Arshi. Welcome, dear moderator. Hi, dear Kian. Here is your beautiful name. It's Ridwan. Hi, Ridwan. Welcome. Guys, don't forget to double tap on your screen. Anvi. Hi, dear Anvi. Welcome. Here is your beautiful name. It's Kyla. Hello, dear Kyla. Welcome. Oh, Can. Hello. It's Nuha. Hi, dear Nuha. Welcome. Hello, dear Mimi. Here is yours. Hey, dear Jane. Here is your beautiful name. It's Ria. Hi, dear Ria. Welcome. Hello, dear Vaishnavi. Vaishnavi is here. Welcome. It's Nikita. Hello, dear Nikita. How are you? Here is your good name. Zainab is here. Hey, dear Zainab. How are your beautiful name? Hi, dear Subham. Here is yours. Oh my god. What's going on? It's Amaya. Hi, dear Amaya. Welcome. Is the stream is getting stuck, guys? Hi. Okay, let's move to the next name. It's Alba. Hi, dear Alba. Welcome. Hello, dear Malik. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Hey, dear Janvi. Here is yours. Welcome. No, it's fine. Maybe something happened. Hi, Jilwa. Welcome. How are you? Hi, dear Dua. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Dilnura. Here is yours. How are you? It's Adyan. Hello, dear Adyan. Welcome. Hi, dear San. Here is your beautiful name. Hello, dear Daria. Here is yours. Welcome, dear Daria. It's Carole. Oh no, E. Let me rewrite your name. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Louis. Here is yours. Hey, dear. Correctly. Thank you so much for telling. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Hi, dear Usman. Here is yours. How are you? It's Mustafa. Hi, Mustafa. Welcome, dear. How are you? I noticed I thought it was my issue, maybe the live stream. No, 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 no. It's network issue. Hi, Kinaya. Welcome. Hello, dear. Hi. Welcome, Umar. Welcome back. How are you? Hey, dear Sally. Here is your good name. It's Dhara. Dhara is here. Welcome, dear Dhara. How are you? Isabella is here. Hello, dear Isabella. Welcome. Hi, dear. What is your name? Genesis. Hello, dear Genesis. Welcome. Here is your beautiful name. It's Charlie. Hi, dear Charlie. Welcome. Hi, dear Sally. Here is your beautiful name. It's Cindy. Hi, dear Cindy. Welcome. It's Yasmin. Hey, dear Yasmin. Welcome. How are you? Hello, dear Iwan. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Haram. Here is yours. Thank you so much, dear. Oh, lots of love. Sunali. Hello, dear Sunali. Welcome. It's Preeti. Hi, Preeti. How are you? Here is your good name. Hi, dear Omalata. No, Omatala? Let me check the spelling. Just give me a second. It's Omatla. Here is yours. Welcome, dear. How are you? Hi, dear Murtaza. Here is your good name. Welcome, Murtaza. How are you? Hello, dear Vanas. Here is yours. Hey, dear Kalana. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. It's awesome. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Christina. Here is yours. Welcome, Christina. How are you? Harshita. Hi, dear Harshita. Here is your beautiful name. Hello, dear Patrick. Here is your beautiful name. It's Ankita. Hi, Ankita. Welcome. How are you? Hello, dear Jinesh. Here is your beautiful name. It's Tamanna. Hi, Tamanna. How are you? Here is your good name. It's Nusrat. Hi, Nusrat. Welcome. How are you? Let's see who's gonna be the 50, guys. 150. Abel. Hey, dear Abel. Welcome. How are you? Hi, dear Manisha. Here is yours. Welcome. Hello, dear Olivia. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Alisa. Alisa is here. Welcome, Alisa. Hello, dear Loretta. Here is your good name. Welcome. It's Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Welcome. Hey, dear Alia. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Thank you. You're most welcome, dear Fawad. Hi, dear Fawad. How are you? Hi, dear Josh. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Fernanda. Fernanda is here. How are you? Here is your good name. Welcome, dear Fernanda. You're most welcome, dear. Thank you. Hi, Samanvi. Samanvi is here. Welcome. Hey, dear Medina. Here is your beautiful name. Thank you so much for subscribing, and here is your good name, dear. It's Arham. Hi, dear Arham. How are you? Hello, dear Fatima. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, Fatima. It's Mary. Hey, dear Mary. How are you? Hi, dear Palak. Here is your beautiful name. It's, it's Nilakshi. Nilakshi is here. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Hi, dear Kiran. How are you? Here is yours. Welcome. It's Nadia. Hi, dear Nadia. Here is your good name. Loveliness is my name. You have such a lovely name, dear Loveliness. Here is your beautiful name. Lots of love to you. Hi, dear Sahmita. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Welcome. Hey, it's Jibril. Here is yours. Ali, have a good day, dear Ali. Here is yours. Welcome. Hi, dear Joshan. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? It's Abigail. Hi, Abigail. Welcome. How are you? It's Madeline. Hey, dear Madeline. Here is your good name. Hey, dear Dheeraj. Here is. Sorry, guys. Let me turn off the notifications. Okay. Hi, Muscle. Welcome. How are you? Here is yours. Hello, dear. Kokatso is my brother name. Kokatso. Here is yours. Hi, dear Skylar. Here is your good name. Welcome. It's Miyake. Hey, dear Alicia. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? It's Damian. Hey, Damian. How are you? Here is yours. Welcome, dear. Let's see who is next. It's Yagmur. Hello, dear Yagmur. How are you? Hi, dear Fuwana. Here is your good name. It's Kiran. Hi, dear Kiran. How are you? Hi, dear Luna. Here is yours. Hi. Okay, Ruxara. Here is yours. I think that's my eyes. What? Hello, Ali. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Fatima. Here is yours. Guys, double tap on your screen just like this. You just have to do this with your beautiful, cute little hands. It's Mirab. Hi, dear Mirab. Welcome. How are you? Hi, dear Basso. Dear Basso. Here is yours. It's Kinara. Hello, dear Kinara. How are you? Hi, dear Zoe. Here is your beautiful name. Let's try Sebastian. Sebastian for you. Here is yours. Hello, dear Taha. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Bilal. Here is yours. No. Hey, dear. Okay, awesome. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Manel. Here is yours. How are you? Thank you. You're most welcome, dear. It's Maria. Hi, dear Maria. Welcome. Hey, dear Sally. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear. Okay, let me check. It's Vanessa. Oh, Vanessa. Vanessa. Here is yours. You want a screenshot, dear? Go for it. Okay, how do I bring it out? Hi, Naomi. Welcome. Can I ask a question? Okay, yeah, sure. Why not? Go for it. Hey, Bahar. Welcome. Hey, guys. Hey, Noha. Hey, Mishi. She's taking screenshots, so just give her 1 minute. Dear Vanessa. Avika. Hey, dear Avika, welcome. Guys, don't forget to double tap on your screens like this. You just have to do this with your beautiful hands. Let's move to the next name. It's thank you so much for subscribing. Lots of love, dear. I forgot Mishi. Hi, dear Mishi. How are you? Hi, dear Mansirat. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Hey, dear. Oh, Tammy, not Jamie. Tammy is here. Welcome, dear Tammy. How are you? Hello, dear Nuha. Here is your beautiful name. It's Dua and Mira. Here is yours. Welcome, dear. Azumal. Hi, Azumal. Welcome. Here is your good name. Thank you so much for subscribing. It's Charmin. Hi, dear Charmin. How are you? Here is your beautiful name. It's Faizan. Welcome, dear Faizan. How are you? Hi, dear Saira. Here is your beautiful name. Hey, dear Aleph. Here is yours. What is second meaning of G? Yesterday when I told twice and she said, why are you calling me G? Tell me, what's meaning or wrong? Cause everyone refuses to call G. I don't know. It's just a vibe, I think. It's G is like I don't know how to explain this. Hey, dear angel. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, Aisha. Just like you are calling your friend G, close friend, just like this. It's Noor. Hi, dear Noor. Welcome, or best friend. Hi, dear Amani. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Hey, dear Damil. Welcome. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Alasha. Here is yours. Khadija Noor. Let's write your good name, dear Khadija and Noor. Here is yours. Guys, don't forget to double tap on your screens. And there is a subscribe button waiting for your finger press. Hi there. It's I see Asias. Okay, let's write. But let me check the spelling of your good name, dear. Aias. Here is yours. Hi, dear Ali. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. It's Kenzo. Hi, dear Kenzo. How are you? Hello, dear Dia. Here is yours. You're most welcome, dear Khadija. Hey, Kime. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Liam. Here is yours. Sahmita. Hi, Sahmita. How are you? Here is a good name. Hello, dear Anita. Sahmita and Anita. What are rhyming names? Welcome, dear. Here is yours. Hi, dear Pollux. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Gautaman. Here is your beautiful name. You have such a unique name. Welcome. Hey, dear Amor. Here is yours. Hello, dear Mia. Here is your good name. How are you? It's Benjamin. Hey, dear Benjamin. How are you? Here is your good name. Hi, dear. Type my name, please. What's your good name, dear? It's Sulway. Welcome. Hi Shehzad, welcome dear. How? Oh no, Shahad nahi, Shehzad. Shehzad is here. Hello dear Shehzad. How are you? It's Marta. Hey dear Marta, welcome. Hi dear Raya. Here is your beautiful name. Hello dear Idea. Welcome. Hi dear Mahnoor. Here is your beautiful name. Oh, capital letters hard to understand. Let me check. Make your if you. Oh my God. Let's write your good name. Nagar is here. Hey Nagar, welcome. How are you doing today? Hi dear Tanisa. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Hey dear Elma. Here is yours. It's Priya. Hi dear Priya. Welcome. Here is a good name. Hello dear Vana. Here is yours. It's Ronald. Tahira. Hi dear Tahira. Welcome. Ryan is here. Hi Ryan. Welcome. Hello Angela. Here is your beautiful name. Hi dear Glades. Here is yours. Makoto. Welcome Makoto. Welcome back. How are you doing today? Here is your beautiful name. Guys, one thing you can do for me is just double tap on your screen and there is a subscribe button waiting for your beautiful finger press. It's Evie. Hi dear Evie, welcome. Hi dear Rupam. Here is your beautiful name. Thank you so much. It's Ananya. Hi dear Ananya, welcome. How are you? Hello dear G1. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Mujtaba. Welcome. Oh, so sorry. Let me rewrite. Mujtaba is here. Welcome. Assalamualaikum. Walaikum assalam. Hi, dear Ayush. Welcome. How are you? Hi, dear Bimala. Welcome. How are you? It's Karen. Hi, dear Karen. Welcome. How are you? Hi, dear Zed. Here is your good name. Hey, dear Satana. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Rohit. Here is yours. Thank you so much for subscribing. Oh, Michio, welcome back. Yes, I remember you, dear Michio. How are you doing? Have a good day. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Aditri. Aditri is here. Hello. Hi, dear Arkita. Welcome. How are you? I was busy. Oh, it's okay, dear. Thank you so much for joining again. Hi, Brittany. Welcome. Here is yours. Thank you so much. Thank you for the love and support. Hi, Alfan. Welcome. Mahi, welcome back, dear. Hi, dear Mia. Here is your beautiful name. Guys, don't forget to double tap on your screens. Hi, dear. Since when we met in last live and we left and wanted to say thanks for sharing your stories. Hi, dear Niche. Here is your good name. Hey, Lana. Welcome. When did he say this? When? Hi, Shal. Hi. Welcome, dear. What's your good name? Hi, Poonam. Let's write yours. Here is yours. How are you? Handy says don't delete it. Wait a minute. Okay, dear. Handy. Handy wants a screenshot. Sweetie. Hey, sweetie. Welcome. How are you? Liquid. Hi, Liquid. Hey, Anya. Just give her 1 minute, guys. She is taking screenshot. I am. What? Are you Amul? It's Hey, dear Maya, here is your good name. Dile Khan. Oh, not E, capital E. Dile Khan. Here is yours. Hi Hamza, welcome. How are you? Really, I was calling you like this is, but you were gone. That was signal. I don't even see. So sorry. Hi Hania, welcome. How are you? Hello, dear Navya. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. It's Prinshu. Hi, dear Prinshu. Welcome. Thank you so much for your patience, dear. Here is your good name. It's Zaisha. Hi, dear Zaisha. Welcome. How are you? Oh no, it's getting lag. Oh no. It's hi. Lunch. Hello, lunch. Welcome. Adya. Hi, dear Adya. Here is your good name. It's it's Kashyap. Welcome, dear Kashyap. Yeah, our moderator is too smart. It's Gunjan. Hi. Is it still lagging, guys? I turned off Wi-Fi of my second phone. It's forgot the name. What was that? Neil. Hi, Neil. Welcome. How are you? Hi, dear Savannah. Here is your beautiful name, Hamza. Hello, dear Hamza. Here is yours. Hi, dear Aileen. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. It's Hades. Hi, it's Maheen. It's getting blurred again. But why? Why do you not work? Please don't do this to me. Still? Still lagging? Hey Anya, welcome. How are you? You're most welcome, dear. Thank you. Hi, dear Jambot. Here is yours. Hello, dear Mona. Here is good name. Hi, dear. It's Daisy. Daisy, welcome, Gunjan. Hi, Gunjan. Welcome. How are you? Here is your beautiful name. It's blurred a little bit. Oh, I think it is getting better. Meredith. Hello, Meredith. How are you? Here is your beautiful name. Okay, let's try, dear Leah. Here is yours. Hi, dear Hota. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome, dear. Hi, dear Highborn. Here is yours. Hello, dear Amit. Here is your beautiful name. Okay, Dile Khan and you. It's Golsan. Hi, Golsan. Welcome. Guys, don't forget to double tap on your screen. And let's move to the next name. It's Adrija. Hi, Adrija. Welcome. How are you? It's Danny. Hey, dear Danny. How are you? Hello, dear Ethan. Here is yours. Why they are hiding turtles like gold and diamonds? Ask from them. I don't know. Hey, dear Ziva. Here is yours. Hello, dear Yuna. Here is your good name. It's Adan. Thank you so much for subscribing, dear Adan. Here is your good name. Is it in the better condition right now or still lagging, guys? Do let me know, please. Don't forget to double tap on your screen. Oh, it is better now. Thank God. Let's move to the previous angle. Hi, dear Myra. Here is your beautiful name. Hey, dear Riley. Here is yours. Guys, one thing you can do for me is just double tap on your screens like this, and there is a subscribe button waiting for your finger press. It's Rohan. Hi, dear Rohan. Welcome. How are you? Ziva. Hello, dear Ziva. Welcome, dear Sahana. Hi, dear Sahana. Here is your beautiful name. It's Elena. Hello, dear Elena. Welcome. Thank God. Aradhya. Hi, dear Aradhya. Here is your beautiful name. Hey, dear Kitty. Here is yours. Hi, dear Sharmila. Sharmila, what a beautiful name you have. Here is yours. It's Tiara. Hi, Tiara. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Ariana. Here is yours. Hi, dear Eva. Here is your beautiful name. Let me fix this. It's perfect, I think. Santika. Santika is here. Hello, dear Santika. How are you? Hi, dear Jawad. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. It's Aisha. Hi, Aisha. How are you? Here is yours. Hello, dear Bilane. Here is your beautiful name. Hey, dear Aishu. Here is yours. It's Lapo. Hi. It's Dina. Hi, dear Dina. How are you? Hello, dear Aliza. Here is your good name. Hey, Chrissy. Here is yours. Because I think need to drink some water. Just give me 1 minute, guys. Hi, Shannon. Welcome. How are you? Okay, let's see who is next. Do you about your stories? What is the meaning of this comment? Hi Nafisa, welcome. How are you? It's Sandeep. Hi Sandeep, welcome. Here is your good name. Hi dear Manon. Here is yours. Hi Zayed Beg. Welcome back BMW guy. How are you? Here is yours. Welcome. Yay. Glad you liked it. No, I don't know. Hi Lara. Welcome. How are you? Hello dear Pooja. Here is your beautiful name. Hello, dear Tara. Tara and Lara. Welcome, it's Prajwal. Hi, Prajwal. Welcome. How are you? Hey, dear, thanks. You're most welcome. Isla and Evelyn. Here is yours. Hi, dear Jadun. Here is your good name. How are you? Hello, dear Ashraful. Thank you so much, dear. Lots of love. Here is your beautiful name. It's Kagate. Kagate is here. Hi, welcome. Here is yours. It's Alicia. Hi, dear Alicia. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, Rehan. Here is yours. I am good. How about you, dear? Romisa. Hello, dear Romisa. Here is your good name. It's Bhavya. Hi, dear Bhavya. Welcome. How are you? Hello, dear Anne. How are you, Melody? Hey, dear Anne. Here is your beautiful name. Hello, dear Melody. Here is your beautiful name. You are the cutest, dear. Thank you. Bob is back. Hey, Bob. Hi, dear Sinan. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. It's Kinza. Welcome, dear Kinza. It's Nella. Hi, dear Nella. How are you? Hi, dear Danny. Here is your beautiful name. 2600. Hey, dear Hassan. Welcome. Here is yours. Hi, dear Hannes. You have such a unique name, dear Hannes. Here is your good name. Hey, dear Salam. Hey, dear Mahima. Here is yours. How are you? Samiran. Hi, Samiran. Welcome. Here is your beautiful name. It's Insha. Hi, dear Insha. Welcome. Hi, dear Jorve. It's Jorve. Here is yours. Hello, dear Sadia. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Milane. Here is yours. Oh, I forgot to write Margaret with you. That's right. Milane and Margaret for you. After 1 hour for sure. Ha ha ha. Okay. Jan is here. Hello, dear Jan. Welcome. Hi, Rubab. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Mehak. Here is yours. Hello, dear Alex. Here is your beautiful name. She's talking about. Mahi is talking about her story. Hi, Kaire. Welcome. Hi, dear Umar. Here is your beautiful name. Hey, dear 2023? No, 2013? What is the meaning of this? Hi, Jordan. Welcome. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Wally. Here is yours. It's Mila. Hi, Mila. Welcome. How are you? Hi, dear Arohi. Here is your beautiful name. Okay, guys, now it's time to end this stream. And thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much, those who like, those who subscribe, those who comment your good name. It's Juwan is here. Hi, Juwan. Welcome. Let's write last name for the stream, which is Anushka. Hi, Anushka. How are you? Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Sergio. Here is yours. Welcome. Hello, dear Gia. Here is yours. Hi, dear Amy. Here is your good name. It's Jessica. Hi, Jessica. Welcome. Here is yours. It's Errol. Hello, dear Errol. Hi, dear. Yeah, maybe Mahi. Nobody knows. Ananya. Hi, Ananya. Welcome. How are you? It's Rehan. I can't understand the question, dear Zayed Beg. You are 2013. What is the meaning of this? Hey, Bekan. Welcome. It's Joshna. Hi, Joshna. Welcome. How are you? Thank you so much. You're most welcome, dear Amy. Amir Taha. Amir Taha. Guys, don't forget to double tap on your screens like this. You just have to do this with your beautiful hands. Mishti. Hi, Mishti. Welcome. And there is a subscribe button too waiting for your finger press. It's Ayush. Hi Ayush, welcome. How are you? Sophia. Hey dear Sophia, welcome. Hi dear Mariam. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? It's Bahar. Hi Bahar. Here is yours. It's Miss. Hello dear Miss. How are you? So sorry guys. It's Akshat. Hi Akshat. Welcome. Samat. Hey dear Samat. Welcome. Hi dear Satvika. Here is your beautiful name. Hi dear Yagya. Here is yours. Welcome. Ticket. Here is yours. Welcome. It's Siddika. Hello dear Siddika. Welcome. How are you? Hi dear Natalia. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Rihanna. Here is yours. It's Harshi. Welcome, dear Harshi. Hi, dear Suran and Veera. Here is yours. Hi, dear Saisha. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Hi, Alicia. Here is yours. It's Sagi Sadighe. Oh, what a unique name you have. Let's write double Digh. Here is yours. Welcome. Guys, one thing you can do for me is just double tap on your screens and there is a subscribe button waiting for your finger press. Thank you so much. You're most welcome, dear. Anytime. Somya. Hi, dear Somya. Here is yours. Hi, dear. This is for you. Oh, lots of love. Thank you. Rider. Here is yours. And Nadira is here. Hi, Nadira. Welcome. Here is your beautiful name. It's Mia. Hi, dear Mia. Welcome. Dio. Hi, dear Dio. How are you? It's Navya. Hello, dear Navya. Here is your beautiful name. Hello, dear Nadira. Here is yours. Jonathan. Na Nahtan. Okay. What a unique name you have. Here is yours. Hi, dear Pearl. Here is your beautiful name. It's Lela. Hello, dear Lela. It's Annie. Hey, dear Annie. Welcome back. Leo. It's Elisa. Hi, dear Elisa. Welcome. Olivia. Hello, dear Olivia. Here is your good name. It's. Who is next? Hassan. Hi, Hassan. Welcome. Sibga. Here is yours. Matthias. Matthias. Here is yours. Guys, don't forget to double tap on your screens like this with your beautiful cute little hands. It's Muskan. Hi Muskan, welcome. How are you? Hi dear Lara. Here is your good name. Hello dear Sahmita. Here is yours. Your aunt's name, right? It's, let's see who is next. Hannah. Here is yours. Welcome, dear. Let's see who is next. It's Alexi. Hi, dear Alexi. Here is a good name. It's Salim. Hi, dear Salim. Here is yours. Hi, dear Melissa. Here is your good name. Welcome. Okay, now I'm going to write our last name for this stream, which is Fajr, or maybe Keka, Halil, Handoyo. Since you wanna know why I would, why, yeah, actually no. Hello, dear Gori. It's Stefano. Hello, Stefano. Welcome. How are you? Here is yours. It's Sarah. Hello, dear Sarah. How are you? Hi, dear Lela. Ah, yes. Yes, yes, yes. It's Carla. Hey, dear Carla. Welcome. How are you? It's Lily. Hey, dear Lily. Welcome. Rohit is here. Hello, dear Rohit. How are you? Hi, dear Zab. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Sona. Here is yours. Hello, dear Renata. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Henny. Here is yours. Let's see who is next. It's Arun. Hi, dear Arun. Here is your beautiful name. Hello, dear Durga. Here is yours. Hi, dear Anjali. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Piper. Hey, dear Piper. How are you? Hi, dear Eva. Here is yours. Hey, Mary. Here is your beautiful name. It's Naira. Hey, dear Naira. How are you? Hey, dear Sam. Here is yours. Hi, I am good, dear. Thank you for asking. Rora. Hello, dear Rora. Bhumika. Here is yours. It's Kalpesh. Hi, Kalpesh. Welcome. How are you? Hi, dear Reba. Here is your beautiful name. It's Pari. Hi, Pari. Welcome. It's Ayat. Hello, dear Ayat. How are you? Hi, dear Chiuzai. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Hazel. Here is yours. It's Rohit. Hi, dear Rohit. How are you? Hello, dear Beza. Here is your beautiful name. Jesus for you. Jesus for you, dear. Hi, Anna. Here is yours. Hi, dear Ankit. Here is your beautiful name. It's Riza. Hi, Riza. Welcome. Shamaya. Hello, dear Shamaya. Here is your beautiful name. Guys, don't forget to double tap on your screens like this. You just have to do this with your beautiful hands. Sarah is here. Hi, dear Sarah. Welcome. It's Nitya. Hi, Nitya. How are you? Here is yours. Hey, dear Dorna. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Dior. Here is yours. Mahia. Do you want me to write? Oh, Mahia, you deleted the message there. How do I know what you want me to write? Habibi. Here is yours. Hi. Yes, Mahi. Did you see my chat? Yeah, yeah. I already have told you the answer of this question, but it's okay. Hello, dear Iona. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Archie. Here is yours. Hey, dear Alessia. Here is your beautiful name. Welcome. Hey, dear Pooja. Here is yours. Hello, dear Dia. Here is your beautiful name. Thank you so much, dear Zerina. Lots of love. You are the sweetest, dear. Tifa is here. Hi, Tifa. How are you? Hi, dear Adya. Hey, Adya. Welcome. How are you? Hello, Jay. Here is yours. Hi, dear. What is your name? Francesca. That's right. Here is yours. Hi, dear Raju. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, Arman. Here is yours. Let's see who is next. Alpha. It's Raj. It's Tanin. Hello, dear Miriam. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Baron. Hello, dear Shreya. Here is yours. It's Rose. Hey, dear Rose, how are you? Hello, dear Issue. Here is your beautiful name. It's Yasin. Hi, Yasin. Emilia. Hello, dear Emilia. How are you? Hi, dear Antonia. Here is your beautiful name. Guys, don't forget to double tap on your screens. And there is a subscribe button waiting for your finger press. Hey, Kavya, welcome. How are you? Hi, dear Sarah. Hello, dear Eloisa. Here is your beautiful name. Hello, dear Alexander. How are you? Alexander. It's Yasin. What's your good name, dear? Selva. Is your name Selva? Hey, dear Dennis. Here is yours. Hi, dear. What is your good name? Farina. Hi, Farina. Welcome. How are you? It's Aryan. Hi, Aryan. Welcome. Hello, dear Irfan. Here is your beautiful name. Sonu. Hina. It's Harim. Want to send voice note to you. Hopefully you will reply. Do you know Suhana was your big fan? No. Yeah, maybe. I can't say anything about this. Guys, double tap on your screens like this. You just have to do this with your beautiful hands. Okay, now it's time to end this stream, guys. Thank you so much for your precious time, or should we stay? I think. Should we stay or should we go? Amir. Hey Amir, welcome. How are you? Thank you so much. You're most welcome, dear. Amir is here. Hi Amir. It's Dia. Hi dear Dia. Welcome. Hi dear Olga. Here is your beautiful name. Hi dear Bibi. Hey dear Bibi, what's a good name? Hmm. Yeah, because she is a fan of Talwinder too. Hi dear Zahra. Here is your beautiful name. Hi Harshi. Here is yours. Welcome. Fine. So good to have you here, dear Zaina. Hi, dear Zaina. How are you? It's it's yes, Mahi. Robin. Here is your beautiful name. It's Natalia. Hi, dear Natalia. Here is yours. Hi, dear Saren. Here is a good name. Okay, Bibhan. Bibhan is here. Hi, Bibhan. Welcome. It's Solomon. Hi. Here is your beautiful name. Amar. Hi, Amar. Welcome. Yes. Hello, dear Vijay. Here is your beautiful name. Hey, dear Mariam. Here is yours. Hi, dear Amy. Here is your good name. Okay, our last name for this stream is Chitranjan. You have such a unique name. Okay, okay. Maram. Thank you so much, guys, for subscribing. Thank you so much, those who like, those who subscribe, those who comment your beautiful, his beautiful or her beautiful name. Thank you so much for everything. I'll be back after 1 hour for sure. Till then, take care. Hi, Delida. Hey, Yusuf, Geetika. Thank you so much. In the next live for sure, guys. Now I have to go. Thank you so much for all the love and support. I'm so grateful to have you guys here. Thank you. Bye. Take care.